Might as well remind cats who at the top, man. But we had a long off season. We're gonna get into our off season grade expectations, the schedule, bowl predictions. Let's start with the off season. How y'all feeling about the off season for the Eagles, man? If y'all had to give it a grade, what grade would y'all give it? I'm gonna start with you, Kev.
I give us an A.
Okay.
Harry Roseman always finds a way to um find a balance of not overcorrecting from what we once did when we first won the Super Bowl, how he tried to keep the team together and stuff like that. He learned from that mistake. So I feel like he's taking a different approach of remaining young and focusing on the future while also keeping the team that's still on that top tier of teams that can still accomplish the main goal that's at hand. So I like how he plugged the hose. I feel like we still have a move or two still in the waiting. I think he's still, because Harry Roseman waits to the last minute almost, like a week before the. It's always up to like the week before the season starts to where he may dial it back until mid season trade situations.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, which I'll get into later, because you got to count the draft as well with the offseason. I feel like he did great in the draft. Um, he picked the best players available. He did some uncharacteristic things once again by taking Jahad Campbell, a linebacker, which he never does.
Mm-hmm.
So, we end up getting Makuba, who's the carbon copy of your boy CJ. They play exactly the same. If they would have put on the same jersey and if he was to put on CJ jersey and you seen him play, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But yeah, I give it an A. The only question mark I have is, well, I like Stain, but he still has to solidify himself as a full-time starter. So we
Mm-hmm.
got to see how he feels in that right guard role, as well as the corner situation. That's like the main question mark for what we really don't know is the second corner. So other than that, everything's locked in. The offense has been locked in. Like the offense is set. He didn't even have to do anything to the offense, and he still made it better.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I like he gave Bond his money. The D line looking just as good as ever. Our edge rushers are young. None of them are truly proven, but they've shown they flashes and they have high upside. At safety, like I said, Makuba's flashing. I know he just got hurt again recently, but I still got high hopes on Cindy Brown as well. Cindy Brown has a solid camp. So I feel like we pretty much good. The only question mark really is the other corner. And then if push come to shove, we can always put Cooper right there. So
You trust him on the outside?
do I trust him? I
Yeah.
trust him wherever they put him, honestly. I
Okay.
feel like Cooper is shine wherever he go, but of course, you know me. I feel like his best value is with him being versatile and being able to move around. I don't like him in one spot. I like the fact we can mix and match him and use him as a chess piece. So I feel like that's his highest value. But I feel like if he was to play outside, he can be a very solid number two.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's fair. Blaze, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about the off season?
Um, I'm feeling, I'm feeling really good about the off season. Like Kev said, I think how we addressed a lot of the needs that we needed heading into the season. Um, I don't think we left this off season with any holes that we are glaring that we really really need to address. So I think as a whole, I give it an A as well. We took care of the guys that need to be taken care of. Also, I like the fact that we are staying young with this team and we're going after young guys, and we're still trying to build within the draft. We're not going out getting a lot of times when teams they win and they're trying to get back or they're trying to stay in that position, they go around and get older veteran guys that may have been there before and could bring something different to the locker room. Even with the group of young guys we already have our identity. We have our nucleus and our guys on our defense and our offensive line, defensive line, secondary, receiving core, everything you want to name. We have our guys in there really young, so I like the way that we're keeping the team young. Um, I like our draft picks. I like the move we just made. I believe maybe last week or the receiver that we acquired. I like that move. It just shows us that even though people would say that we have a really, really deep offense, I like the fact that we're not letting the people that's talking defer us from still trying to get better and remain in a position, because sometimes, the talkers can maybe settle in and defer a team, and and we don't really. I like the fact. What I'm trying to say is that we're trying to keep the foot on our foot on the pedal, our foot on the gas. So I think I give our off season an A as well. Forgive me though, I'm not gonna sit up here and spell. I haven't been as locked in on the off season as you two guys have been probably. But I have been seeing some of the moves we've been making, and I just like everything we've really been doing with our team. Like I said, I like the group of guys that we are bringing back. I like the fact that we took care of our guys. So, I give us an A.
Hey, Blaze, I can't blame you, bro, because when you win the Super Bowl, man, you go into chill mode. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like,
I've been on
as
vacation,
a fan,
man.
like, bro, like real talk, like my guy hit me up. Like normally we talk like every offseason. He a Ravens fan, but he not like some of the other Ravens fans we know. But he hit me up like he hit me up like, bro, like how you feel about the offseason? This was like weeks ago. This was before the draft. Like, what you think the Eagles gonna do? I'm like, bro, I ain't paying no attention, bro. I don't even know. I don't know who on the draft board.
Right
like, man, like I ain't paying no attention, bro. Like real talk. Like I'm still sipping champagne, bro.
Hey, look, you got to hit with the mace. I can't tell you how much.
Bro, real talk.
You.
Like, bro, I couldn't care less. But
yeah,
when I dug into it though, like, and I watched the draft, and I really got into it because now I'm like, all right, we trying to repeat at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really feel like I can't give it an A, and I really feel like I feel like it's like to be continued. Right now, I'm gonna give it a B. Right now, I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a solid B, because even though you got a lot of young talent that you hoping to like step up, just like last year, you lost a lot of talent. Like you lost Slay, you lost CJ. Isaiah Rodgers, I really think it's a guy that he should have brought back, especially now looking at the cornerback 2 position. Like now it hurts because Keely Ringo looks suspect. I don't think he's gonna earn the job. Adoree Jackson, he's sweet. If we being honest, bro, he not it. He not that guy, and he been in the division before, so guys already know the book is already out on him, right? And then you got the guy from Oakland, if I'm not mistaken. I'm blanking on his name right now. The guy from the Raiders, like he might be decent, but he more of a maybe like a depth piece for real. Yeah, he more of a depth piece for real. So I really don't know how I feel about him right now at the safety position. You like I say, you lost CJ GJ. You hoping that Makuba come in and he ball out, but he hurt right now, and it's a hamstring. I know how hamstrings are. Like that's something that linger, right? And then
but we talking about the off season. We talking about the team right now. Remember?
I'm talking about, but this is a part of my offseason grade, though. You know what I'm saying? Because
you can't put the injury in there. You can't put the injury in there though, because the grade is just the moves he made. It ain't the training camp.
But see, this is the thing, though, Kev. I like Makuba. I like Sidney Brown. I still think you should have made another move for a veteran safety. I still think, me personally, bro, I think what Howie needs to do at this point, just to solidify, you need to do one or two things, in my opinion. After watching preseason, after watching how everything has fallen out, the way the division looked, the way the NFC looked, you need to either go and get Justin Simmons, or you need to go and get Gilmore. That's what I would do. I would do one of the two, bro. You have to solidify, because going into the season, those two positions are the most glaring holes on a team in my eyes. Now, these young cats, like Makuba could be fine. You know what I'm saying? He had a pick 6 in the preseason. He could be healthy. He could be great, right? Adoree could have I don't even know. He could have a great season, or Coop could get moved to the outside. Like it could work. You know what I mean? Like Fangio can find a way to make it work. But to solidify at least one of those holes, if I'm Howie, that's what I'm doing. But I'm giving him a B, because I do like what he did in the draft. You know what I'm saying? I think Ty Robinson is gonna be a sneaky good pick. I like what I see out of him. Obviously, Campbell is gonna be a dog. I like Makuba. So I like what he did in the draft. I love the fact that he re-upped Saquon, because that was a big thing. Just establishing the fact that if you come to Philly and you ball out, you getting paid. Ain't gonna be no Michael Parsons. Ain't gonna be no Terry McLaurin. You come to Philly, you ball out, we gonna give you that money. It ain't no problem. So I like that. I like that precedent that he established. But and Zach Bond was probably that was the biggest thing for me. You gotta re-sign Zach, especially with Nakobe Dean coming off an injury. Like you gotta re-sign Zach, all-pro player. So I give it a B, and I feel like there is room. Like as the season progresses, I might look back on this and be like, all right, Howie, it was an A because the young Makuba ended up being a dog, and Adore had a year, or you move Coop out there and it worked out. But looking at it right now, I'm like, bruh, Dallas got pickings now, bruh. Like
that's facts.
That boy, Adore week 1 could get exposed quick, and we can't put. I mean, unless CD in a slot all game. Let's just say he in a slot all game. You got Coop for that. Like maybe then you can put Quinyon on that side, and he did with Pickens. But if they both on the outside, it might be an issue for Adore. So I don't know. That's just how I feel. That's why I give him a B, bro. It's not. But it's not a lot of teams that ain't got no holes.
So the offseason not over yet. It's Howie, bro.
That's true. I mean, listen, we going off of what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Right in this moment. We can only go off of what we know. Of course, I expect Howie to do something before the season starts. Or, mid-season, he like to go and get in the Dominican Sue and Linval Joseph. And, he like to make moves throughout. Go and get, what was the buddy name from Tennessee we got? Kevin Byard a couple years ago. Yeah, like.
It was like, nah, all right, this ain't cutting out. We're going to cut ties with that.
Exactly. So I'm not too mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I expect Howie to be Howie, but just looking at it right now, I can see where teams could look to exploit us. But every team got holes, though. I feel like
every team got holes. There's no perfect team out here.
Yeah, last year
we came into the season last year. Nobody thought our rookies was gonna ball out like that, especially the ops. We tried to tell them we had some youngins. Oh, y'all rookies. All right, these rookies are good.
Yeah, yeah. I know. See, I knew Quinyon was gonna be like that.
I told you Coop was gonna be like that, but just not on the outside.
Yeah, facts. I thought Coop was gonna be decent. I didn't know he was gonna be a top 60 player.
Nah, can't nobody predict that though.
That was crazy.
Can nobody do that?
Yeah, that was crazy work.
He said, "Thank you, AJ." Like you're the only one that said something realistic. That's because AJ put in injuries and all that. Without the injuries, I think he'd probably still give it an A. An A plus would have been him, because when you said something about the safety, right? I'm thinking like this. Originally, they started putting Cooper at safety. So what they're doing is they know that Cooper can play all these positions. So what they're doing is they just seeing what they have and just knowing that whichever way they gotta go, they can put Cooper in this spot. Like at slot, McWilliams, the rookie we picked up, he been playing really well in camp. He can play in the slot in place of Cooper if we was to move Cooper to safety. And then on top of that,
say it can't be an A plus of what we lost.
We were supposed to sign anybody back. They would have said that after last offseason, and isn't the Super Bowl A plus? It would have been. So
what I will say, not to cut you off, Kev, but what I will say is how
we lose people every year. We lost Hall of Famers last year. Like what are we doing?
Facts. And how
what are we doing?
To your credit, now if I'm not mistaken, in 2017 he said he made a mistake because after that Super Bowl run, he re-signed everybody.
Yeah,
and we end up being trash.
People. Keep trying to run it back. You gotta cut ties with people. Like so, and then like in every spot we got an ace in the hole, like Jahad Campbell. Jeremiah Charter been playing well, but we got rookies who've been balling. So they got to find that balance of do I play this guy from last year or do I play the rookie? And these rookies are showing that they deserve to be on the field. So
I just like last year. I like the depth that we had at the DB.
They gave themselves a B plus. They talking about us giving ourselves an A. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get out of here.
Yeah, we still lost guys, Joe.
Yeah, everybody lose guys. I mean, we lost heck of guys. Just because we got Saquon, don't make it an A plus. Saquon don't feel 100 holes.
We lost some key guys.
Yeah.
We lost Kelsey.
But we ain't gonna make it.
Facts. People ain't think we was gonna recover from losing Kelsey, bro. People ain't think that was gonna happen. We got two guys to fill that gap now.
Right. So, exactly. And got better receiver, you asked me, because Dawson, for real, he got there late. It took him a while to catch him. We wasn't even using him in the offense. He was just a decoy. He wasn't really getting no passes like that until the end of the season. Right now, they saying Dawson looking great. I think Dotson
guys. I think Dotson gonna be.
So now we gained another piece to the offense on top.
Thank you, Commanders.
Yeah,
on top of me,
right.
These
Thank
guys
you,
gave themselves a B, and we got receivers to let them hold for a second. Like y'all gonna borrow him because y'all really only got one guy. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna make it about them. But
only thing I'll say before I move on to another question real quick. That's
that's you,
on
Joe.
The same lines. Right. The one thing I liked last year, we had Slay and we had Isaiah Rodgers and we had Ringo. I just feel like that depth, like
we went depth because Rodgers was ace in the hole for a fact.
Right. Like when Slay went down, we had Isaiah Rodgers come in. He filled in nice. Slay was in and out all year. Now he
left every game.
He played like an all-pro in the playoffs, but like he was in and out. You know what I mean? Right. So like this year, I would hate, bro. Worst case scenario, and we not speaking injuries, but we talking reality. Worst case scenario, somebody like Quinyon go down for 5 games.
That's gonna hurt us.
That's tough, bro. Because then like who? Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why my offseason grade is a B. Because I think you got to have at least one vet in there at that safety, or because at least a safety could, all right, we're gonna make sure nothing going over the top. We good with stuff going over the top of our head. Or if you put him at corner, all right, if we lose Quinyon, at least we got somebody like Gilmore that can hold it down for a little bit. You know what I mean? Until Quinyon come back. You know what I mean? So that type of thing. And then we got the boy from the Raiders, he could fill in. So we just have more. I just feel like we need a little bit more depth.
Not fair. We was the same way wide receiver last year. When AJ and Smitty went down, we had nothing.
That's facts. This year, I like our receiver depth, though.
Yeah, I do too. I'm just saying, though. But last year, AJ, who coming in? Johnny Wilson?
Yeah. Yep.
Who couldn't catch?
Prayers for him, man. He just went down with the season in the injury, too.
So it was perfect. It was perfect timing, unfortunately, for us to even pick up another guy.
Before we get to expectations for Hurts, I want to ask you, while we talking about the offseason a little bit, I want to ask y'all how y'all feel about Kevin Patullo as an offensive coordinator this year. How y'all feel about his year? And that's for either one of y'all. Either one of y'all could take that.
I think he's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be different, of course, because it's a different coordinator. But I think it's gonna be cool. I think he's gonna be able to utilize our guys and get the most out of them for real. I think it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna really drop off from what we did last year. I mean, I don't, of course, Saquon. I'm not expecting Saquon to get another 2,000 per year, but as far as like a drop off, meaning like our balance in our offensive game, I don't think it's going to drop off too much. I do think maybe we will be a little more pass happy than we was last year, but I think he's going to be solid.
That's fair. Kev, what you think?
Let me adjust this.
Go ahead. We're gonna spend too much time on the ops, man. Remember, they can't rock these hats and these jerseys,
have
man.
Depth in a lot of positions.
They can't do it.
We really don't have depth. It depends on how you define depth. Because at corner, we don't have a superior guy other than Quinyon. But then again, we do because we got Quinyon and Cooper. People forget that Cooper's still a corner. So leave that alone. And then we got the other guys, but the other guys, the floor is still higher than most. Like their third or fourth corner is not even close to our third or fourth corner. There's no comparison, first of all. And then the other positions, we're deep. At O-line, our second O-line is just as good as most people's starters. I don't have time for that. But, and then also the guy said, I don't know the guy. I mean, we didn't know Nick Sirianni when he started. Look where we at. But Patullo, I feel like Patullo does not have there's no mid-level expectation for him. He's either gonna boom or bust. For one, like Mark said, you never heard of him. Well, you haven't because he's never been an offensive coordinator before. He's never done
what else?
This is his first time on the job. He was with the Colts, but he was always the guy like under Nick Sirianni in the sense. He wasn't exactly under him, but he was always like a few steps behind him, but they were close. So Sirianni brought him along to Philly from Indy. But the guy is highly intelligent. I like how he commands the press conferences. He's been around when Sirianni became the head coach. He was everybody took on this trend of having an assistant head coach. He was the assistant head coach from day one, without all the so-called experience that people like to have. what was I gonna say? Mark just threw me off, my bad. But as far as the offense, I'm just curious to see because he's been in since day one. He's seen all of the ups and downs. He's been in. Sirianni has been including him in everything. Sirianni has low key been grooming him to take on everything that he's been trying to build since day one. So I'm curious to see how he's going to take this into his own, because I'm not sure what his own identity has been, what he's had in his head of what he wants to be or want his offense to look like as an offensive coordinator. But I also know that Sirianni is somewhat of a control freak in a sense, to where I don't want to call him his puppet because that's his guy. But I'm the only thing I'm afraid of is the Brian Johnson effect of Brian Johnson coming from college. I felt like Brian Johnson would bring a lot to our offense, but it was almost as if Sirianni didn't trust him enough to do it. Now, I believe that Sirianni has the trust of Patullo. So, depending on what Patullo brings to the table, we'll see what gets, fully acclimated into the offense. I'm hoping that he holds over what Kellen Moore brought to the offense was the motion to the offense. We wasn't doing that at first. Nick Sirianni, it was obvious. It's also a known fact that Nick Sirianni is not a fan of motion. He feels like it's a bunch of window dressing. It's really, he feel like in his philosophy, it has no effect. It's just unwanted movement. But motion works. It helps. It helps the quarterback point out the defenses that's coming out and exposes stuff. It gives you a little snippet of what people are trying to do when they're trying to cover you with them. So I'm just hoping that Sirianni let the man flourish and see what he brings to the offense. But I'm also glad at the fact that Jalen Hurts is also mature as well. And it's already been leaked out, which I'll bring out later on, that he has a big say-so in this offense, more than people would probably would think or expect. So I'm very optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping to see a blend of everything we've seen from this offense, because our offense has always been top 10, top 15. We've never been a low performing offense since Sirianni been in. Whether it's been looking dry or whether we didn't like it or not, we've always put up points. So I guess we'll just see.
Yeah, to be honest with you, bro, when they first signed him or they first made him the offensive coordinator, because he's been with us for the longest. So when they first made him the offensive coordinator, I was like, because we saw this already. We saw somebody within our own regime get promoted and how Sirianni overstep him and it just not go the best. But the way I look at it, dog, coming off of a Super Bowl, like at this point, bro, I'm just looking like hopefully Sirianni learned from his mistakes. And hopefully, like you said, Patullo, you've been around for a while. You see what works. You see what don't work, right? You see what Hurts like, what he don't like. You know what run plays Saquon like, what run plays he don't. Like it should be easy. And with this offense, all these weapons, bro, we should not be an easy team to defend, bro. Like thinking back to 2023, it's just it boggles my mind that we could have Hurts at the time, even Sanders, right? Or no, I'm sorry, Swift, AJ, and Devontae, and teams have an answer for us defensively. Bro, we got too much firepower for teams to know what we gonna do before we do it. And to still be able to stop it. We was, but when we played the high level team, when we played the Niners and the Cowboys, downhill, bro. Downhill. Now I know the defense played a big part in that. It became the worst defense in the league after
the offense was stale. The offense was stale, though.
The offense was super stale. We talk about it all the time, bro. We just went talent for talent. That's what we did every rip. Like AJ go beat them, Devontae go beat them, and like a lot of times our guys they're gonna beat guys like because they AJ and Devontae, right? Mm-hmm. But there are some times where it's like, bro, scheme these guys open, use a little bit of motion. Like I talked about this with you, Kev, off air, like. We ran them plays in the NFC Championship. We're probably not going to see this again, but them plays where Devontae was catching like random like pitches and stuff like that in the backfield. Goddard was catching. I forgot to even mention him. Goddard catching pitches and stuff in the backfield, like just keeping defenses on their toes. Like any one of them players go in motion, bro. The whole defense looking. Whether it's Saquon, whether it's Goddard, whether it's AJ, Devontae, you got to pay attention to anybody that go in motion. So it's like it should be real hard to stop this. So I think it's a real hard job at this point for him to screw up. And you've been around for long enough. He gonna have his moments, just like any offensive coordinator. They're gonna have moments where it's like, bro, what you doing? But I think for the most part, he should be all right. I think he should be all right for the most part. But
I said water. What's that?
I want to move on